to number 35 for your Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, Clark, it may not be for everyone, but we have a great defensive matchup this evening in this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is for me, Kevin. I mean, I like to see defense take center stage sometimes. I love when teams get after it and make it hard for each other to score. And if you're a basketball purist, this is must-watch TV.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's McDaniels at the 3 spot. It's good.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
To the middle. Hartenstein inside. Gobert on him. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Randall passes to Edwards. Shoots over Holmgren. Edwards can't hit. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Pacers in Indy. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Now Hartenstein. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the 13-footer.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Now here's Edwards, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Randall kicks to Edwards. Over Williams. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
My goodness, McDaniels gets downhill in a hurry.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. His last outing, he had 24 points. Pass to Williams. Out left to the wing. A wide open look here for Hartenstein. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Fires it up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Outside, Dort. Dort with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And upping the intensity, SGA forces his way through the contact.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And he gets the bucket. Hartenstein's got his second bucket of the night.
Gilgeous-Alexander is so dangerous in these pick-and-roll sets.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these swats. Gobert loves reaching out and sending them away.
Second chance shot, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And here's Edwards from the arc. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Wasted no time on that one.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Randall kicks to Clark. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Williams.
Number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail. Clark finds Randall. Pass to Alexander Walker. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Wallace outside. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Williams shoots the 3. Good on the three-point shot. It could go. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. Thunder lead by 5. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Oklahoma City.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Reid. And it's Edwards in at the 2. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success. Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside. Not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot. Taking what's available.
Caruso sets the screen for Wallace. Pass to Caruso. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
Wallace outside. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by DiVincenzo. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Chang, he's checked in for Williams. And a change for the Timberwolves. Ours is checked in. Now here's Edwards. He's got 13. Sinks the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Gilgeous-Alexander. A second chance effort. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. Averaging about 32 points a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Jen. And it's Dort in for Wallace. And a chance here to check out the league's scoring leaders. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number 1. The 4th spot held by Anthony Edwards.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Now here's Wiggins. Nothing on the board. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed gets the bucket.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. The Timberwolves have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. They double him with Wiggins. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That'll be a jump ball.
Gobert, the pass to Alexander Walker. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Hey, you know, after a pedestrian first quarter of shooting, I think they've really turned it up offensively. I like where they're headed right now. The direction is good.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Reed against Wiggins. Pass to Gobert. And here's Reed. For 3, Edwards. Bucket, Edwards, slotting home the 3.
And, you know, for Edwards, it's about hitting the 3 consistently. This will help take his game to the next level.
Caruso kicks to Wiggins. Now, here's Dort. Inside with the shot. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys. And now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
Outside Conley. For 3, Edwards. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Thunder with some changes. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And Wallace subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves also changing it up. Randall comes in for Naz Reid. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now here's Williams. 26 points for him last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Dort against Edwards. Outside Conley. Pass to Randall. And he drives in. And Randall throws it down.
Going towards the basket, that's when Randall's most dangerous.
2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Williams. And McDaniels with the block. And Edwards with the stop.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's Williams. After the basket by Minnesota. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Randall. And the rejection by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren. .11 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Wallace. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that is massive. The three at the buzzer ties it up. And they'll go to the break the way we started, dead even.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I think for Oklahoma City, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now,
And moving on to the Timberwolves now. They're in the midst of a close game.
you can see their offense flowing tonight, especially in transition. Maybe all those extra practice drills are paying off.
Their coaching staff has to be pleased with the pace. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now, here's McDaniels. Edwards with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Randall. And the dunk by Holmgren.
You want a high percentage take offensively, get it to Holmgren in that spot.
Over in the corner, Edwards. The 11-footer. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Oklahoma City's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Timberwolves trail by 4. Conley dishes to Gobert. Holmgren against Randall. Pass to Conley. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Holmgren can't hit.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Conley gets the bucket.
One of the league's more reliable three-point shooters. Conley didn't always have that in his game, but he's lethal now.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Gobert with the block.
And there's a reason Gobert has led the league in block shots.
Remains Oklahoma City ball.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Excellent defense from McDaniels. Jaden's length and activity, really a problem for shooters.
Now here's Conley. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams looking around. Here's the screen. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Minnesota also with the sub. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. Hartenstein inside, defended by Gobert. A nice shot by Hartenstein.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now here's Randall. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
First in steals, and they're also first in the league in fewest turnovers. Extremely smart group of guys in terms of how they execute and really take care of the ball.
And at the top of the league in steals, their defense has gotten everyone's attention this season. You know, Greg, it's amazing how much energy they put into their D. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
This is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Conley, the pass to Edwards. Edwards gets it done inside.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10. Right at him. Get to the rack.
Edwards against Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Randall. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 17. Down low. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Hartenstein with it. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
And he makes that one.
You know, in that first half, a lot more three-point shooting. Since then, though, they've dialed it back.
Here's Williams. Following the basket by Julius Randle. Dort finds Caruso. They get it back. Hartenstein. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Pass to Gobert. Here is Edwards, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
11 seconds left to play here in the third. Williams, a screen on Clark. with 2 seconds left, and that one is off. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. Back to the action in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Joe Ingles is out there with Clark. Then there's Edwards. Then there's Donte DiVincenzo. And it's Reed in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Williams with a clean look, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Mark against Caruso. Here's Reed. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. And it's sent back by Wallace. Caruso with the ball. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Clark. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wiggins. Takes a 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Edwards finds Clark, and it's Clark slamming it down.
Unselfish. As somebody who already draws a lot of defensive attention, Edwards has to be willing to make that next pass.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Wallace outside. Beyond the arc. Drills the 3-pointer. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Oh, here's Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wallace looking for an opening. It's hauled in by Edwards. Minnesota's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 3-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And stolen by Wiggins. Out to Wallace. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles. Daniels, he's checked in for Clark. And Mike Conley subbed in for Donte DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 4. Over in the corner, Edwards. Back to Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. 5 to shoot. Gobert. 3-pointer. And there's Edwards on the assist by Gobert. Gobert's got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Williams with the ball for Oklahoma City. Giving up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Gobert with the block. Edwards against Dort. Edwards, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Timberwolves have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. McDaniels finds Randall. Out to Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Three-pointer, Randall. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good, shot missing. Gobert with the defensive effort. McDaniels with the ball. Williams picks him up. McDaniels gets to Conley. Gobert the pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Fires the 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches a 3. That shot is off.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Randall outside. McDaniels dishes to Randall. It counts.
No, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
On the wing, Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. The Thunder with another miss. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
The line for the Timberwolves, Mike Conley.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Time called here, the Thunder decide to talk it over. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
From deep, Williams off target with that shot. And so the Timberwolves take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.